All right, today we're looking at the Pinnacle 36SSWS. We're going to start here at the front, underneath the front cap. There's two light switches right here. Those turn on your docking light and this front ambient lighting there. And then down here, that's where your batteries are going to be stored. There is space for two in there. And then you got your hydraulic pump up there. Nothing you got to do with that. Just make sure that the fluid is topped off, and that if there's ever a leak, you just got to tighten down the fittings. And then there's area for generator prep right there. If you did decide to add a generator on, you can talk to your salesman about that. Along the side is your propane tanks. Twist the left to open, twist the right to close. To switch in between the tanks, just flip this valve here. Whatever way it's pointing is whatever tank you're going to be reading from. So that's pretty simple. If you get a convenience package, those will be filled up. And then down here is your pass-through storage area. You got your inverter and your water jug there. Your inverter converts battery power over to 120 volts so that you can power the fridge while you're driving. So you just want to turn that on when you're on the move so that that fridge stays cold. And the inverter power on switch is inside, and I'll show you that later. This water jug here is for running water to your drinking station next to the sink, and runs water to your fridge as well for the ice maker. So you can fill that up with whatever water you want. So like if you want a purified water, you can put that in there for your drinking station. And then you turn your drinking station pump switch on, which is on the island, and that pumps the water from this jug to that drinking station and to the fridge. And then in here is your water bay. This canister here is where the water filter goes. Just make sure you don't put that in until you've flushed the system out, in case there's any antifreeze or something else left in there that can ruin the filter. You'll run your hoses through here and then attach them to this city water connection right there, and then you'll adjust the valves accordingly to what you're trying to do. So if you're staying somewhere with direct water hookup, so city water, you'll adjust your valves to these positions. So white down, green left, red up, blue left. Hook your hose into here, turn the water on, and that'll run water directly to all of your faucets, sinks, showers, toilets, and everything. It is good to get a water pressure regulator for the end of your hose so that if the campgrounds are pushing high pressure, it doesn't blow your lines out. So that's something we would suggest for you to buy. If you're staying somewhere that does not have direct water hookup and you got to fill up your fresh tank, you'll switch here, power filled tank, white down, green left, red up, blue down. Same connection, hook into there, turn the water on, and that's going to start filling up your fresh tank. Once that tank is full, then you switch to dry camping. So green up, blue to the left, and then you'll turn your water pump on, which will draw the water from that fresh tank and pump it to your faucets. Just make sure when you're switching between these valve settings that you don't have any pressure in the system. So turn the pump off and turn the water off here so that there's no water in here, because when you twist these with water going through them, you can end up with a leak, and you don't want that. Your outside shower plugs into here, hot, cold. If you need to rinse something off, then you got your cable satellite connections right there. I'll go over the winterizing process later on, as well as your leveling later on. You do have an area for the Go Power solar kit if you wanted to add a solar panel out here on the side. That'll charge your batteries. You have a black tank flush right here. Your black tank's the holding tank for your toilet, so when you're draining that out, you can hook a hose into here, turn the water on, that shoots water into your black tank, helps rinse it out in case there's anything stuck in there. Then you have your tank poles right here, black, gray, and gray. Black is that toilet water, and then gray are sinks and showers. So pull to open them, push them to close them, so they're closed right now. When you're draining those, I do suggest to drain your black tank first. That way when you pull your grays, that helps rinse your sewer hose out. Otherwise, use that black tank flush to help rinse out that black tank. Then you got your furnace exhaust right here. It does get hot, so don't touch that while the furnace is running. You have an area for a macerator right there. And then that's where that sewer comes out. You'll twist that to the left, and that'll open that sewer cap off, and then you'll attach your sewer hose onto there, run it to the sewer pit. Then you got your two tires here. When you buy the tires will be filled up, lug nuts will be tightened down, so you'll be ready for the road. It's the back of your fridge, just an area for maintenance. So that's something that we would do if you bring it in, something's not working. So nothing you really have to get to back there. Up there is the vent for your range hood. You do have to pop the clips off so that that flap can open up. So you probably need a step ladder to reach that. It's pretty high up there. But yeah, that's what the fan in there shoots that hot air from your burners out the side of the unit. Back here is the fridge drain, this blue hose, so the water that's running to the ice maker, you can drain it out from there in case when you're winterizing. And then back here, power cord reel, hold the retract button and that winds it up. Just pull it out to pull it out. Ladders, 250 pounds capacity. There is a backup camera, quick connection up there if you did want to buy a backup camera. We do sell them here. Very simple connection. Talk to your salesman about that if you're interested. Cable satellite hookups right here. And then you have 2 outlets there. And then the area for the J-port table to install, where you can put a Blackstone griddle on top of there and then plug it into the LP connection down here. So you take your LP hose, plug it into here, and then flip this silver tab on the side to open the gas supply up. And then that'll run that gas to that griddle. You do have the sewer hose storage down here, just a little door flap. You can slide that sewer hose in there. Good little storage spot for it. Spare tire down there. Crank the spare tire out from this hole here. And then you have your fresh tank drain right here. So you'll pull this out to open it up, push it in to close it. Again, that fresh tank is, if you were staying somewhere that didn't have direct hookup, you fill that fresh tank up and use your water pump to draw from that tank to pump to your faucets. Make sure when you're filling that up that you have that valve closed off. Your outdoor TV is in here. Outdoor speakers here and here, and then you have your water heater right here. Before you run any water from the city or from the water pump and fresh tank, make sure you install your anode rod. Go right in here. Tighten it down with a 1 1/16 socket wrench. And then once that's in there nice and tight, you're good to start running water from either the city or from your fresh tank. As soon as that water's pumping through the system, it's going to start filling this tank up. As it's filling, I do like to leave the hot taps of the sink open. That way any air pressure that's built up in here is going to be released out of the taps. But once you have a full stream of water coming out of the hot side of the sink, that's how you know this tank is full. Once it's full, you can go ahead and turn it on. This is a gas electric water heater. So both those switches are going to be on your panel inside, which I'll show you later. To drain this out, you just let the pressure off with the pressure release, make sure your pump's shut off, and make sure there's no further water being introduced into the system from city connection. So let the pressure off, take the anode rod out with your 1 1/16 socket, and then all the water that's in there is just going to spill out over this side, and that's how you drain that out. Your low point drains come out down here. To get to those, you do have to take the screw off your panel here, and you can slide that piece of wood to the side, and then there'll just be little pull-up valves to open them up and push them down to close them. Then you have your built-in vacuum here. Get to the bag, push down, and that pops the back open. Comes with 1 bag. If you throw that bag out at any point, you'll have to buy another one. Area to plug your hoses in there, and then the on-off switch right here. And we got the other propane tank right there. This unit is wired for solar, so if you do want to add solar panels, you can talk to your salesman about that. Spray port here, you can plug that outside shower hose that we saw on the other side in here as well if you needed to rinse something off on this side. Super cool. But other than that, for the outside, that is everything for now. So we'll head inside now. These stairs, by the way, they just flip right into your door frame. They are assisted by a gas arm, so they're pretty easy to pick up. And they just set right in the frame as such. To adjust the legs, you just push in on the pins here, and then you can slide those legs up and down. When you're adjusting the height, make sure that the black metal here is flush with the metal here. That way when the door closes, it doesn't hit this. Because if this was too high, then the bottom metal on your door here can bend, and you don't want that. So just make sure that it has enough clearance, and that door will close. And then we go. This is what it looks like with the slide outs in. All closed up, can't get to the bedroom area. You got your panel up here, open this door, tap it to wake it up. So we'll go to the home screen first. That's kind of all these pages condensed down into one. So we'll just skip over that for now. Go to the next one. This is your water page, showing you all your tank levels. So as the fresh tank fills, this bar will slide up. That's how you know when to stop filling. Same thing when you'll need to empty the tanks out when you see these get to full. Water pump switch right here to turn the water pump on. Water heater switches right here and here. Electric and gas. For the electric one, I probably use that when you're plugged in. If you're not plugged in, I'd use the gas one, but just tap it, that turns it on. 10 to 15 minutes, you'll have hot water. For the gas, make sure your gas supply is open, flip it. 10 to 15 minutes, you'll have hot water. It does ignite itself, so you don't need a lighter or anything. And then that last one is tank heaters. So if you're camping in the winter or if it's cold, you can turn the tank heaters on, and that warms the underbelly, keeps those tanks from freezing on you. Just a little warning for you, make sure you don't turn the water heaters on when there's no water in that tank, because that can melt your water lines, and that'll cause some flooding. You don't want that. So make sure you only turn those on when there's water in the system, so just make sure they're off every time you're leaving and not using the unit. Next page is motors, so you can do individual jack adjustments from here, up, down, for the left side, the right side, the front and the back, and then you have retract all and auto level. Auto level is going to run all those jacks down. Level the unit out all by itself. If you're walking around inside while it's auto leveling, it takes a little longer because you're going to throw it off its calibration. So I just like to stay outside. But once those levels are all the way down, then you're good to run the slides out. So you'll come here. You got all your slides listed, slide 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can also do it from down here, which I honestly think is easier. Slide 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend and retract, because sometimes the screen's not super responsive. So I'm just going to do it from here. So slide 1 is the front bedroom one, so we'll hold extend. Sort of hear it going. This is a double slide out, so the bed is going out first. All the way out, and we'll go to the next one. There we go. Once that slide stops moving, go ahead and let go of the button. Next, we'll go to slide 3. That's the big old kitchen slide. Once you hear that grinding sound on this slide, that's how you know it's all the way out. Let go of the button. Next, slide 4. Hold that extend switch. And all the way out. That's what the unit looks like all opened up now. You also have the awnings right here, so just hold that extend switch, but again, you can also do it from here. You've got awning 1 and awning 2, but we'll show it from the screen this time. Extend, and that awning goes out nice and quiet. To pitch the awning, all you do is just press down here on this joint. Since the awning's not fully extended right now, I can't really do it. I don't want to hit this other unit in here, but you'll pull down on the arm like that, and that'll tip the water off one side. That way it doesn't pool up there and stretch your canvas. You'll know your awning's all the way out when the black strip on the end is facing straight down like this. That's just showing you that it's all the way out. If you go past that, it'll kind of roll back over itself, and then more water can pool up on the top there, which could stretch that canvas out, and you don't want that because then it won't wind up so nicely. The other awning on the slide out does the exact same thing. Hold extend, show you that it's working at least. So you can see it start to go out. All right, next page is your thermostat. So you have your main AC, which is the one here in the middle. Power on, tap the switch there. Adjust your mode, cool, auto, fan, or hot. Adjust the fan speed, temperature up and down. So that's how you turn it on. Then you have your second AC, power on, cool, auto, fan speed, high or low, super easy. Next is your lights. Tap them to turn them off and on, and they are dimmable, so if you slide it down, you can see this one dimming. All right, and after that, we've got tire pressures right there, as well as your refrigerator temperature, just showing you what's happening, and then your voltage coming from your battery, or whatever voltage is coming into the system. Since we're plugged in right now, we got 12.2 volts. So now you can see that home screen is just kind of all of these pages condensed into one easy access spot. Right here is the max air fan control for this fan right here. Power on, opens it up, turns the fan on. Does have a rain sensor on it, so if it starts raining, it'll automatically close itself. Fan speed up and down, fan off, and that'll close that vent up again. This is your ceiling fan back there. Storage. Down here are your breakers and fuses. Everything's labeled so you know what each one does. It is good to take extra fuses with you just in case one were to go out. Then you have one to plug back in there, so that way you know you're not without the power to your lights or something important. Then on here, that's where the inverter control is right here. So you'll turn the inverter on from there. Again, that converts that battery power over to 120 volts so that you can run this big old fridge while you're driving. Light switch, 2 outlets. Carbon monoxide detectors right here, as well as the propane gas detector that does draw off the batteries when the unit isn't plugged in. So if you don't want your batteries to die, I would suggest to take the negative end off your battery. Otherwise, over time, that little green light on there will eventually drain that battery until it's dead. If you want to learn more about how your fridge works, consult the manual. Otherwise, you know, it's kind of just like one at your house. If you were to get a new fridge, just learning how to use it. We got your burners here, oven light, and panel light, which is these blue ones here. To spark, push in, turn to the left. That opens the gas supply up, and then you can hear that sparker going off. So burner, and then the middle one's the oven. When you're lighting the oven, just make sure you leave it open. Push in, spark light it the same way. You'll see it in that little grate down there. You'll be able to see that flame once it lights up, and then you can open it up to whatever temperature you wanted. You get your microwave. Do you have these little light panels kind of scattered around? That way you don't have to go back to that main panel every time. So you can turn lights off from these. Pantry. You got the TV lift right here for travel. Make sure that the TV is in the down position. You got your stereo and fireplace here. Turn the stereo on, power button's right there. You do have 3 speaker zones. So if I find something that's playing music here. There we go. So A are these speakers here. So if I were to tap A, that turns those speakers off. Back on again. B are the speakers up in the ceiling. And then C are those outside speakers I showed you earlier. So you can have them all on at the same time. You can have them all separately. So that's how that works. It does have Bluetooth as well if you want to connect your phone to that. And then you can also change the source to play the audio from the TV. Then you have the fireplace, this electric fireplace. So if you want to heat the place up and not use your propane furnace, power on, heat, and temperature up and down, timer, and then flame brightness. Timer goes up to 5 hours. This will heat the whole place up in probably 45 minutes. So a good way to save some propane there. You got the couch. This does fold out into a bed. Got one of your extra dinette chairs here. These are usually stored underneath the bed up front. We'll flop this one down here for now. To fold the bed out, take the back cushions off. And then pick up from here. Pull out. You can fold the legs down. Set it on down. That's what it'll look like. And then you'll flop the back down as such. And that's what that bed looks like down. Give some side storage in there. Light switches on the wall. We have your chairs. You got your extend and retract on the chair itself, heat, massage, and then the light here that turns on that ambient light underneath it. Kitchen island. Keys are here on the sink next to the drinking station. It's Jayco's key to like, so all these two keys here unlock everything on the unit. So it's 2 sets. And that drinking station switch is right there. Turn that pump on. That pumps water from that blue jug in the pass-through bay to the drinking station right there. Table pulls out, so you got that little pull out right here. You just pull it out manually. Yes, there's a packet that'll have your warranty information, user manuals, all the appliance manuals. Those will all be tucked in there. You have your inside vacuum attachments down here. You got the area to plug the hose in right there, and then the little flip for if you're just going to be sweeping stuff into the system. Just to preface, furnace comes out, floor vents like that and like this, and AC comes out the ceiling vents. Just make sure you never put the full weight of your foot on one of these vents because they can crack on you. They are plastic. So we got the bathroom. Pedal flush toilet, nice little vanity there. GFCI's in there if you need to reset your outlets, press that reset key. Then you got the shower, the bench folds down. You got body sprayers, which twist this knob here to adjust between the sprayers, the wand, or the shower head. Go to the bedroom, super cool bedroom in this unit, probably one of my favorites, honestly. It's just so spacious. Got a little lighting panel here on the side. All of the cabinet storage. Another fireplace in here. TV. This does have the WineGuard gateway installed in it. So if you wanted to get a plan, you can install a SIM card into here and then you can have internet for the unit. So yeah, you can talk to your salesman about further info on that. Or just watch a WineGuard tutorial video. Down here, those are the vacuum hoses for that internal vacuum, your other extra chair, and then the sleeve for your extra chair, and the the cutting board extension that's attached to the island right now. Let's see if I'm missing anything. You got a charging center here, and then a switch to adjust power between the dryer and the fireplace if you did install a washer dryer in here. All right, let's take a look at the leveling system on this unit. So we got the leveling panel right here. Press the up and down arrows at the same time. That'll activate the panel. You see the little green light comes on. To adjust the front jacks, hold up. That'll bring the front jacks up. To bring the front jacks down, hold the down switch. So that's how you'd adjust to get up onto your truck. Once you're attached to your truck, take it to the campsite. Once you're at the campsite and off your truck, press auto level. That's going to run all those jacks down, level the unit out by itself. If you're walking around inside while it's doing so, you kind of throw it off its calibration. It'll take a little longer, but once it's leveled out, you're good to run the slides out and get everything all set up. Let's say you're ready to leave again, come back out here, turn the panel on, have those slides all closed, and then you press hitch height. Hitting hitch height is going to return it to the last place it was before you pressed auto level, so theoretically that would be right where you got off your truck from. So you should be within a couple inches of where your truck was when you're backing in. So it should be really easy to get back onto that truck. Once you're back hooked up to the truck, hit retract all, and that'll run all the jacks to their all the way up positions, so you're ready to drive away. So yeah, those are the basic functions. It is explained here on the wall panel there. And when you're hooking up on pickup day, they'll walk you through that again as well. So hopefully it'll make some more sense, because the physical description of it sometimes is confusing. But with all of that said, let's take a look at the winterizing process now. So for winterizing, make sure you drain all your black, gray, and fresh tanks out so there's no water in there. You'll come here, adjust the valves to winterize. White that way, green this way, red this way, and blue in. That's automatically going to bypass your water heater, so you don't have to go in there and bypass it at all. So you're on winterize mode. That changes where the water pump draws from. So now the water pump's not drawing from your fresh tank. It's actually going to draw from this end right here. So it's super simple. You'll take your winterizing hose right here, attach it onto there, tighten it down, and then you just stick this cut off end of hose into your jug of antifreeze, which you probably have setting down here. Turn your water pump on, and it'll start pumping that antifreeze through the system. Make sure you take your water filter out before you do winterize, because the filters do get ruined by antifreeze. So make sure you take that out beforehand. You're going to start running antifreeze down all your drains and out all the faucets. Run it out all the faucets until it's completely pink coming out of there. Make sure you get plenty of antifreeze down the drains as well. Do that at every faucet, including your outside shower, your toilet, inside showers, sinks, everything you can think of. You can even do it for your fridge as well. Run it through the ice maker. So you would run antifreeze to your jug there. So you can run it to your drinking station and to the fridge. Once you got antifreeze through all the faucets, down all the drains, then you'll go to your low points, which are behind this wood panel here. You'll remove the screw in the middle there. That way you can slide this door open, and those low point drains will be right there. You just pull up on them. That'll open them up, and then antifreeze will start coming out of the red and blue hose down here. Once it's completely pink coming out of there, then you know you've got antifreeze through the entirety of the lines inside, down all the drains, through all the faucets. So you're all set. You can go ahead and close those low point drains, wait for the line to pressurize. Once that water pump shuts off, the lines are pressurized, and your unit's winterized. So it's pretty simple hearing it from me, but sometimes people struggle with it. You can schedule an appointment and do winterizing here. We do offer that as a service. Otherwise, doing it yourself, once you get it down pat, it is pretty easy. So hopefully that explanation works well for you. Otherwise, there are a ton of in-depth videos of people actually doing it. If you want to look one of those up on YouTube, that works as well. Hopefully I covered everything, but if I didn't, please feel free to bring questions with you. I highly encourage you to bring questions with you. We want to get your questions answered. We don't want you going out camping and being confused. So if you have any questions, please bring them. We'd love to answer them. After purchase, if anything goes wrong, something breaks, contact the service department, contact your salesman. We'll help you either figure out what's wrong or get you scheduled in for an appointment so that we can get that stuff fixed for you. But with all of that said, I believe that's it. Hopefully pickup day goes smoothly for you, and we hope you have some good camping in this. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.